Hey, what's up guys, this is 3D Bonfire back with another amazing tutorial, and this time I want to show you how you can elevate your renderers from something that looks flat and boring like this one into something that looks just more beautiful and crisp with highlight areas, shadow areas, and overall it's just a way more beautiful lighting solution. Alright, so let me tell you how you can lift your renders from something that is boring into something that is interesting. Today we will use Octane, by the way, but I think there will be an additional lesson with Redshift on my Patreon. And by the way, when I talk about my Patreon, then let me tell you that you will get this asset kit of, I think it will be something like 50 elements, a modular design kit right now on my Patreon. So when you go to 3D Bonfire on Patreon and subscribe to the Nights tier, then in February 2023 you will get a 100% discount code for this modular design kit with 50 and more elements on Gumroad. So subscribe to the Nights tier in February 2023, then you will get this asset kit for free, but later you will still get a 50% discount code when you subscribe to the Nights tier. Alright, this is me on Instagram if you want to follow my latest art. Okay, but other than that, let's just dive straight into Cinema 4D and have some fun. Alright, so finally in Cinema 4D, and I'm sorry if the audio quality will suffer a little bit from my loud computer. The two 3090 cards just make this machine a bit loud when it starts to render. Alright, so sorry for that. Anyway, I will start with this simple view here, and you can see only the emissive materials right now add color and light to the scene. So already I would say this is a nice rendering if you want to go really abstract and just use the silhouette, but let's just build something on top with the lighting. So you can see I use your standard HDRI solution. So first I will put this HDRI in to just give the scene a little bit of ambient light. So let's just open this one up, and you can see I have this on 0.2. When I put this one to 1, then it will already get quite bright in the scene. You can make it really bright, alright, and maybe you think this is already looking good, but I wouldn't totally rely on the HDRI in that case. So I will make this one really subtle, and honestly you can use whatever HDRI that you prefer. I like in that case from Maxim Ross. Just search for him and he will offer a free HDRI set, alright, and I used Bathroom Heart Pierre. Okay, but honestly it doesn't really matter because we use it to get a little bit of ambient light in the scene. Other than that, I will fix the camera here, get out of the camera, and you can see, by the way, I'm using a parallel camera to get rid of all kinds of distortions. So for example, when I will put this enable AB comparison into it to just see a line here, then you can see that all of these lines are perfectly straight, and this is what I really love when I'm working with abstract compositions where I just want to get rid of all kinds of distortions. Anyway, you can see the camera is looking onto our object like this, and now let's go to the light setup. So first I will start with a top light. So this is just coming from the top, as it already is telling you. Okay, so that was not a big surprise, and you can see already that this is looking way more interesting, of course. And these top lights, I just love them, so I use that quite a lot. And of course you could use just your standard area light, but in that case, to have the light just a bit more focused and get a more interesting light distribution pattern, I think I used an IES light. Alright, so you can see in the distribution is an image texture, and when I go into it, then you can see this is from a kit which is called Leo Moon. Just search for it. I will also put it into the description of this tutorial. But then I choose Define Spot IES file, and this will just focus your light a little bit. When you compare this one to your standard area light, let's just do this one, put an area light into the scene, go to the coordinates, put everything to 0. Now this new light is also on top of our scene, and when I would deactivate the original top light with the IES file, then you can see this Octane light, which is just your standard area light without a distribution file, looks just a bit different. It's more spread out, the light, and when I would compare this one, then you can see that this is your standard area light from the top, and this is the IES light. Because of the light distribution file in it, it will just be more subtle. So of course you could make this one stronger, but still the pattern of the light will be more focused than with your standard area light. Yeah, it's a subtle difference, but I like to keep it like that. Okay, so this is the top light in the scene. All right, so this is a good start. Now let's put in a key light, and the key light is coming in that case is from the right. Most of the time you will put the key light from the top left, I would say like this, but sometimes I just like to shift directions. Okay, so this is your key light, and now you can see that it's kind of okay, but you can make this better. And therefore I will use light blockers. And in that case, I think it's these two cubes. Okay, so when I put these ones in my scene, then you can see the light focus is more on this area and less downwards here. So once again, when I store the render buffer, it will look like this with the light blockers, and it will look like this without the light blocker. And now you can see you have the strong light from top to bottom, and I think this is quite boring. So when you do it like this, just look how way more interesting this is. You have the light area here, but down here I really don't want to have your eye focused on this area, for example. And it's definitely a difference, and I will use therefore these light blockers to just art direct more which areas should be in light. And once again, I'm sorry, my computer is really getting loud right now and is giving its best to render this artwork, so I'm sorry for the bad audio quality. Anyway, let's continue. I have one more light, and this one is a fill light from here. Honestly, you could say that already right now this looks beautiful, so I just want to render this one out and it looks amazing. So you could do that, but in my case, sometimes I want to go to something that looks cool, but then just get a step back to make the image just a bit more flat, to put a nice color curve later in After Effects on top of it, to just have more room to play, so to say, in composition. So this is why right now I just make it a little bit more flat. So compare this one, I will store the render buffer. Let's get rid of the fill light. So right now you will already have quite a beautiful rendering, but then sometimes honestly it helps to just give it just more light again and fill these really dark areas. So now we are up to something like this, because you just can play more with it in composition. And once again, when I store the rendering right now, then this will get better when you also put some light blockers into the scene. So this fill light is coming from the top left from here, hitting our objects, but then I have these cubes in front of it to once again art direct the light. So this is without the cubes and this is with it. So especially in the bottom area here, where I don't need so many lights, it's just a subtle difference, but in my opinion it will make the render more focused. So I just want your eyes to be more focused on this area and not down here, to have a good focus point. And this is why I just subtly darken this area with light blockers once again. You could say, hey Markus, this is just minor details, this is not really important, but honestly these minor details, they will just differentiate your render quality from the competition. So it's subtle details, but these subtle details add on top of each other, and then your rendering will just be 10% better than your competition, okay? Let's just say it like this. Anyway, one more thing that I like to do here is go inside of the camera. I will just activate the camera one more time, go inside of it, and now you can see I also put the highlight compression to a really strong value, because without it, I hope you can see it, now it's a bit more blown out, and I just like to go up with the slider, I hope you can see the difference, to somewhere around here, to once again make the image just a bit more flat, not blown out, so that I can still in comp in After Effects grade it more effectively. What I also like to do here is to put a LUT file into the mix. So once again I enable the A/B comparison, and you can see that I use a LUT file from Vision Color Osiris, and the file is called Vision X. Alright, and when I put this one into it, you can see without it, it just looks a bit different. You have all of this reddish tint in the gray areas, and I just wanted to have more like a filmic look with a subtle color change. And sometimes I just like to test some LUT files here to see if I can just change the look already a bit here with some LUT file. So I just think this is more beautiful, and the color shift just feels good for me in that case. Okay, this would be everything that I do here. And sorry, this workflow is not about ACES and EXR files and stuff like that, because this is just for your renderings for social media, for your portfolio or stuff like that. So in that case, I will just render out an PNG file in 16-bit and then put it in After Effects, and you can see the image here. So what I get out of Cinema 4D will look like this, and you could say, hey Markus, this is just a bit flat. That is correct. This is why I want to put a curve on top of it and just make the dark areas more dark and the highlights just a bit more bright to make it more crisp and vivid and beautiful. Okay, so this was a really simple lesson on how to make your lighting elegant with this modular building kit. As I said, you will find this one on my Patreon right now with 100% discount code for the product on Gumroad, but other than that you can also buy it just on Gumroad directly, and after February 2023 you will still get a 50% discount code on my Patreon if you subscribe to the Nights tier. Anyway, I wish you so much fun with your lighting. Maybe you want to play with the modular design kit. Other than that, thank you so much for your time. See you next time. Bye everyone.